Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. We're going to sing this morning. We're going to celebrate, and I got the words up here for you to follow along. This chorus, "Celebrate, Celebrate," is all together, and then the next one is the call and response. So I'll say the first line, and you'll repeat it after me. You can follow Greg on that, and we'll do this first part celebrate a couple of times. Right. If you'd like to stand as you are able, we would love that. Feel free to move around. I plan to, because it's a celebration. We celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ooh, I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Let's do that again. Celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ooh, I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Now repeat after me. I'm gonna move to the rhythm of what I know. I'm gonna move to the rhythm of what I know. I'm gonna dance to the music that's in my soul. I'm gonna dance to the music that's in my soul. Celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ooh, I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna move through the day and into the night. I'm gonna move through the day and into the night. I'm gonna dance to the beat of my heart's delight. I'm gonna dance to the beat of my heart's delight. And celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ooh, I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ooh, I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate.
Hello.
Hello.
And you can hear me, yes. Yes. Got your speaker, wonderful. Hello to everybody up at the balconies. Thanks for bringing and coming out with the heat. We are going to do some housekeeping. And we want to welcome you all here. We are on social media and we are on Zoom. If you like, you can change your name. And we also want to direct you to our website. I haven't done this before, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. Our website is a wonderful place. You can find everything that we've got coming up. You can even see some of our older past events, and I think you can get our YouTube direct from there too, right? Yes. Yeah. So it's a great place to find out what's happening. And we want to thank all our YouTube subscribers and YouTube visitors. We want to thank you for all your support and all your donations. And we know you're there and we're glad you're there. So thank you, thank you. And I believe we're going to do the invocation. And I introduce you to our wonderful Margie.
Good morning. CFL. So now in our invocation time, we're going to invite divine presence. And so I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. letting everything go, the day and the rest of the week, and just knowing that your things are supporting you and that you're safe and that there is a presence here that is divine love. It's harmony and peace, beauty, love. God is good. And as I know this, I know each and every one of you here along with me are one with this magnificent presence. As I know we're one, I also know that those that are not here and are watching us on YouTube or Zoom, they are also with us and blessings. And we bless each other. We bless the service, the music, the message, and this center, beautiful Citrus Heights Community Center. And we're all one. And together, with gratitude, we say, and so do we. And now, is Corey coming back? Are you done? Okay. So now we have our reading. And from Verna Dozier, I will know more and different things tomorrow than I know today. And I can be open to the new possibility I cannot even imagine today. And then from Socrates, we have wonder is the beginning of wisdom. And then from Rachel Carson, we have at its best, wondering combines doubting and dreaming in a powerful partnership to best value. And then finally, we have the going gets rough. Turn to wonder when the going gets rough. Turn from reaction and judgment to wonder and compassionate inquiry. Parker Palmer. And now I'd like to introduce you and give a warm welcome. We're happy to welcome our guest musicians, Bev, Greg. Please join me in welcoming them.
I'm the song, you are the song, we are the song we're singing. I'm the song, you are the song, we are the song we're singing. I'm the air, you are the air, we are the air we're breathing. We are the song, going on. We are the life we're living. I'm the word, you are the word. We are the words we're speaking. I'm the words, you are the words. We are the words we're speaking. I am the steps, you are the steps. We are the steps we're taking. We are the words you've already heard. We are the life we're living. I'm the seed, you are the seed. We are the seed we're planting. I am the seed, you are the seed. We are the seed we're planting. I'm the love, you are the love. We are the love we're giving. We are the seed with so word needs. We are the life we're living. I'm
was, it's from a quote, an Ernest Holmes quote that we heard in a talk back in Fremont, many years ago. It just blossomed into that song, We're the Life, you were the life.
And we are the life worth living. It's definitely true.
Well, welcome. We have a new microphone. So if the sound gets a little weird.
It's got static, get the volume as much one way or the other.
Okay, that work better? Yeah. If it gets any weird, just kind of wave out. Okay. And I'll say, no. I meant the sound gets weird, not me, okay? Welcome. As you all know, I think that we have an annual theme, and it is living everyday wonder. So wonder keeps coming up over and over again. This month, we have a brand new theme, and it's work, which, as you will see, is very synchronistic. Work is perhaps the largest block of allocated time in our daily lives. Normal workday plus lunch, plus getting ready, plus going someplace. The prep time, it can easily take 11 to 12 hours of your day. And I don't know about you, but as soon as I got into management and became an exempt employee, the concept of an 8-hour day became a luxury. Anyone in the medical field these days, because of the shortages, is probably working mandatory overtime. I had a video call with my primary care physician the other night, and it started at 10:05, and she was 20 minutes late, so we started almost 5:15. Yeah, and the time we were done, she said she had another 3 hours before she was able to go home because she was covering for so many other docs who were out. Teachers have never had an 8-hour day between homework and prep. So given the percentage of time that's focused on work, it seems important to remember that our spiritual life does not stop when we go to work, whether that work is in an office, at the home, or on a job site. And if you are retired, don't think this gets you off the hook. Retirement is your work. And if you're a stay-at-home parent, that is your work. So whether it's just a job or if it's your calling, whether it's from necessity or from passion, we generally give more of ourselves to work than any other aspect of our life. And there's reason for this life focus beyond a paycheck to cover food and shelter. We are made to do things, to actively express in the world. Watch any young child, and they are constantly exploring, testing, investigating, problem solving, creating. We generally call it play, but it really is their work. And if we're lucky, we can continue this attitude of exploration and wonder into all aspects of our adult life, to include work. Work is an extension of our passion for the world. It is purpose-focused activity. Work is empowering, and that it provides us a level of confidence in ourselves and our ability to deal with the world. At its best, work allows us to showcase our competence, our talents and skills, and provides us opportunities to grow, to form relationships, to broaden our understanding of people and the world we live in, and to meaningfully contribute to our community. Remember, retirement or stay-at-home parenting is work. Work can, and for the most part does, provide a measurement for meaningfulness in our life. Externally, this tends to be measured by outcomes,
like success, failure, productivity, revenue or income levels, improvements, competition, and efficiency. And while we can get lost in the other measurements of success, if we have no work, no job, no purposeful activity in our life, it's a recipe for a downward spiral in the quality of our lives. So before I focus on work as part of your spiritual life, your spiritual practice, I want to address the work of an organization that we as a center through our social outreach committee chose to support these past several months. Sacramento Women's Empowerment, also known as WE. WE is a nonprofit organization that received a 100% rating from Charity Navigator. That's a good thing. Okay. And it's been active in the community for 20 years. WE focuses on women who are homeless and their children. And there's a body of research backing this approach. Results from international microfinance show that women who gain financial security are more likely to invest their money in their children's education and medical expenses, which increases the health of the family and increases the children's chances for economic success, for independence. Now, in the US, employment is the primary avenue for financial security rather than microloans. So it's a different approach here, but it's comparative results. WE has a 9-week program that has 3 parts: empowerment and support, job readiness, and health. I want to read you a review by one of WE's volunteers. She says, "We opened my eyes as to how easy it is to become homeless, and how after time, how difficult it can be to get out of that way of life. They know what they're doing at Women's Empowerment, starting with the basics like anger management, self-esteem, parenting skills, and then moving on to resume writing, mock interviews, and job skills training. I volunteered because the program makes it so easy for me to make a difference. They cover so many of the basics we all take for granted, like classes to see with, childcare so women can attend the classes, copies of birth certificates or GEDs, and affordable housing. Graduates with new confidence in themselves and a new perspective on life speak to the success of the program." Now, the last statistics I saw showed 82% of the women in the program were survivors of domestic violence. So the emphasis on building a support network and introducing anger management, parenting, and domestic violence groups, as well as wellness recovery and fitness classes, seems like an obvious first step before resume writing, interview skills, and computer training, all while providing on-site childcare. After graduating from the initial 9-week program, there is ongoing lifelong support for graduates to include navigating the health and housing systems, specialized skill training, and job placement. Last year, even with Sacramento's housing crisis, 70 of the women in the program found housing, and they made 142 job placements. We as an organization that understands the value of work for both financial security and for empowerment. It is my honor and privilege to invite Zoe, is that you?
Yeah.
On the spot. Zoe Fishman, who is a development manager for Women's Empowerment, to accept this check in the amount of $1,000, representing both individual donations and a portion of the center's budgeted community time. You want to take a couple words?
Hi, everyone. I'm Zoe. Thanks so much for having me here today. And thank you for speaking so eloquently on women. And
All on your website.
we really covered it all. You know, the theme of work really resonates with me, and because in my time at Women's Empowerment, which is about 3.5 years, I have seen the women that we serve put in an incredible amount of work. And while we have a community that supports our mission and that works with us to make these women breaking the cycle of poverty possible, it's the women that are doing the work. And they show up each day despite facing tremendous obstacles, and put in the work and the time to change their lives and the lives of their children. It's actually about 89% of the women that we serve now who are survivors of domestic violence, and 85% of the women that we serve are moms. So
Single homes.
single moms. And they come to our program feeling as though the world has given up on them because they face so much hardship. And when they find out there is an entire community like yours that is invested in their success, it is really empowering. It's wonderful to see the volunteers, our donors, our community that comes together around these women to lift them up. And the women feel that and they see that, and that's really a big part of the empowerment process. So when I say you make a difference, I'm not exaggerating. Thank you so much.
It takes a village. That's part of our. It's easy to see how work is a critical part of being in the world, as they say. But we are spiritual beings living a human experience. So there's more to work, more to purposeful activity than being competent in the world and financially solvent. Although that's important too. How does work operate at the spiritual level as part of your spiritual practice? There are so many ways to approach this topic. But given I only have a limited amount of time, I'm going to limit myself to 2 approaches: Buddhism and, of course, science of mind. In Buddhism, right livelihood is one of the 8 precepts that make up the Eightfold Path. And right livelihood is part of the moral conduct section of the precepts, and essentially means to find a way of making a living that does no harm to others. So being a mechanic is probably a better choice than being a mafia crime boss or being an arms dealer. But it's not quite that simple. It's about finding a way to earn a living without going against the Buddhist ideals of love and compassion. The way you support yourself can be an expression of your deepest self, or it can be a source of suffering for yourself and others. There's a book called The Heart of Buddhist Teaching, and it says, our vocation can nourish our understanding and compassion or erode them. We should be awake to the consequences, far and near, of the way we earn our living. So staying with the example of a mechanic, it's not enough to just fix cars. All of your business practices need to be fair and ethical. How you treat your customers and your suppliers becomes part of your overall approach to business. You would be mindful of the environmental impacts of products you use, how your supply chain impacts the local community. Even if you don't own or manage the garage, how you bring your best self to each car repair is part of right livelihood. Now, there's no such thing as perfection. While being a car mechanic seems benign, we all know the environmental impact of carbon emissions. Then there's the challenge of disposing of electric batteries. What to do? Stay mindful, stay open. What can be done to mitigate harmful impacts? This is where the power of wonder, our overarching theme this year, comes into play. Is there a better way? I wonder on this working to find a better way. Every day, hundreds of people are working on inventions and improvements to products. Doesn't matter your industry or job. There are people in the world actively looking for solutions for you. Stay mindful, stay open. Wonder is not being sure about the answers. Wonder is about leaning into the questions. I wonder what would happen if I started a conversation with my boss or my coworker about looking for a better way to make something or sell something or provide a service. How many blogs and YouTube videos exist because someone found a better way of doing something or how to teach a skill or reached out to start a support group because they knew there just had to be a better way. Good heavens, Pinterest blows my socks. There has to be a cornucopia of frugal creativity and beauty. Right livelihood is a path of mindfulness. See the benefits of what you and your work are adding to the world and the harm it is adding to the world. It will always be a both and proposition. And the only way to lose is to throw up your hands and say, it's not perfect. I cannot make this perfect. I'm just going to give up. Instead, the spiritual practice is to live in that incredible paradox of nothing is perfect, and yet everything is perfect. This is the ultimate spiritual practice of being in the world, but not of it. To stay in that dynamic tension of paradox and continue to walk forward mindfully. The Spanish poet Antonio Machado wrote, "Wayfarer, there is no way. We make the way by walking." In other words, we learn and grow by living and doing, working. We create a way of our own enlightenment. Now, that's a Buddhist perspective, being mindful of what we do and how it all connects. Science of Mind's perspective is based in who we are. For those of you that are new to us, Science of Mind is based on the writings of Dr. Ernest Holmes, and it is in alignment with what is generally known as the perennial philosophy, which is the idea that there is a core, a shared wisdom in all religions. So let's focus on that rather than the differences. Holmes also believed that there was essentially no conflict between science, religion, and philosophy. One can think of them as just being different languages used to describe the same reality. In his statements of his beliefs, there's a whole document of what we believe. Dr. Holmes said, "We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in everyone, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit." That means that you and I and everyone else exist because there is one creative spirit, one living presence of intelligence and love, call it what you will, that decided to express itself, express its essential nature in the form of a human being. Not just one human being, like Jesus of Nazareth or Buddha, but all humans. We are the divine having a human experience. It's not one or the other, divine or human. It is always and everywhere both. That's who we really are, whether we're consciously aware of that truth or not. And that's where it gets tricky. We get to decide for ourselves individually how we express the divinity that we are. We cannot change our nature, but we choose how to express it. And that's where work comes into the picture. I said earlier that work is an extension of our passion for the world. It is purpose-focused activity. It's also a primary vehicle for expressing our divinity. I believe that each one of us comes into this world as a gift. We have some talent or ability that is critically important to the world. It is our purpose to discover and grow and become the clearest and most potent expression of that gift. All of the challenges that work provides us, both from the skill and technical side and the human relationship side, are designed to bring out all of the gifts, talents, and skills we possess. It's a process in which we can discover our full capacity to express love and intelligence and wisdom, to create peace and beauty, to be a power for good in the universe, to be a shining light in the world. Whether that light is seen as part of a multinational corporation or just your community, or just your family, it makes no difference. We are all connected, so the light shining anywhere brightens the entire world. Now, will the world as we know it crumble and fall if we don't become who we came here to be? No, we're not that important. We're not important in that way. But without your gift, the world will be a poorer place, a less rich experience for all. And it will take a longer time to create a world that works for everyone, which is CSL's vision. Wonder is a tool and an approach that will support our growth and open the way before us. As Parker Palmer said, when the going gets rough, turn to wonder and compassionate inquiry. I wonder why the situation is the way it is. There has to be a reason. I wonder what would happen if. I wonder what is missing from this situation. I wonder what I could add to this idea or help to bring it to fruition. Wonder infuses our questions and our thinking with the spiritual quality of possibility. We can see beyond limiting circumstances. Wonder encourages us to search for and recognize the creativity and the humanity in each other. While I was a manager, I always told my staff that if you are ever finding yourself thinking there has got to be a better way to do this, there probably is. The trick is to stop and wonder instead of continuing to beat your head against the wall. I'm a big heavy. Wonder allows for a space of expectation that what we do will make a positive difference, that we can be and we can be part of creating what we want to see in the world. So if you're one of those people who lives by a to-do list, add wonder to your to-do list. Before you get out of bed in the morning, wonder about what new good you're going to experience today. Consciously invite good things to come into your life and transform the routine from old and boring and now I'm going to do this, that, and the other into something fresh and inspiring. Is it something that you wonder about but haven't yet taken a step toward discovery? Think about one thing you can do to explore and live into that curiosity rather than just making guesses. Inviting and living in the state of wonder is a powerful spiritual practice. Bring wonder to your work. Bring wonder to your retirement, to your family today, and see what a difference it makes. And so begins our month-long exploration of wonder at work. So join with me now in prayer. Do we have any requests from the audience that you'd like to have prayer for? Yes,
Bill and Betty for overall health. Stacy Lane,
Dwayne,
for health, Stacy Lane. I'm sorry, Stacy Lynn.
Stacy Lynn, okay, okay. I want to give a shout out to Linda Connolly and her granddaughter Ashley. They're on their way back to Canada and they're exploring gratitude time in Yellowstone Park this morning.
Wow.
Karen,
It's a gratitude and demonstration for improved health, but just continuing improvement
Yeah.
for myself.
yes.
On a house during this heat wave.
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. Okay, for all things spoken and unspoken, you're still in your minds and hearts. Join with me in the knowing that there really is only one. One life. One love, one intelligence. One creative living spirit. And it moves into all manifest form. It moves into me as me. It is who I am. It is the energy in my life. And I'm open to this. I allow it in. It's my choice to recognize and let this flow of energy move into every cell in my body. And I know this is true for everyone in this room, all that are being held in our hearts, that every cell of their body rejoices at the flow of life, revitalizing, restoring, remembering wholeness. For wholeness is who and what we are. And this creative life lives to support and maintain and sustain. So all of God's children, all of the creative forms have access to clean water, to shelter, to wholeness in this heat, to the draw of family and friends, to be connected to a community, and to find the way, the elements that are perfect to express this incredible whelming of creativity and joy and wonder that is powerful. This is the reality I see. This is the reality I know. This is the reality I put into words. And I put my words into the law that only knows how to say yes. It says, as you believe, so it is done unto you. I believe. So now I want to bring bed and pray.
Years ago, we met a wonderful person named Mo Dixon. And he wrote this chorus of this song, Dances If Nobody's Watching. You know, some verses. And in the folk tradition, he said, write your own verses, go on ahead. So we've taken Mo's chorus and some of his ideas and written some verses that we're going to sing for you today. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Smile as if the whole world seems to care. Love like it's the first time nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you.
Let the sunshine sweep me through the blinds. Wake up to a song you have heard 1,000 times. The little bird was never known the blues. It whispers in your ear, there's a new day there for you.
That's the dance. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if the whole world seems to care. Love like it's the first time you wrote a song and made it rhyme. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Do you really dare to dream so wild? Free and without limits, you'll feel just like a child. Bright colors fill the palette of your days. Don't need to know the ending to set your life ablaze. Oh, dance as if nobody's watching you. Smile as if the whole world seems to care. Love like it's the first time you wrote a song and made it rhyme. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Smile as if the whole world seems to care. Love like it's the first time you wrote a song and made it rhyme. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you.
Thank you so much, Bev and Greg. It was great, thank you. And it's our offering time, as you can see. And what we are offering today is giving financially is a sacred service. It really is. When you give, we activate and increase our own flow of good. So the spiritual practice gets easier as you notice the increase in your abundant life. That's true. Giving to the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living supports our vision, mission, and purpose. Go to our website to find our post office box to mail a personal check, and it's shown right here on the screen. And you can use the donate button or to donate for PayPal or credit card. And we appreciate your tax deductible support. And so there's PayPal, credit card, and our address. And please remain muted as we say our abundance affirmation together. Abiding by the laws of circulation and in heartfelt gratitude. I affirm that I live in a creative and an abundant universe that continuously flows in, through, and out as needed. expressing and ever and everything good. And so it is. And please join us for our prayer request online. We love to pray because we really believe it works, and it does. And so please join us, give us your prayers, and we pray over them all week. And then now here's Corey, who's our vice president of our board. For our latest.
Drum roll. That makes me sound so stuffy. As Tom Hanks says, I'm just like you. All right, we're gonna do some announcements today. And we'd like to tell you, oh, you guys are so nice, you put it all here for me. We are meeting in person on the 1st, 3rd, and if there's the 5th Sunday, we'll be here also. In person here at the Citrus Heights Community Center. And we're also doing, people are getting together for Chalk It Up. Monday, September the 5th. Are we just meeting down there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did look this up. To see where Fremont Park was between P and Q on 15th Street. I used to live on Q for about 10 years.
Yeah, and I changed it to 9 AM from 10 AM because the heat's going to be
Yeah.
incredible. So come early.
Do you know offhand how's the parking around there? Don't know.
It's on street parking. for the most
Okay.
part, but there are some garages.
Okay. So yes, please come to that. The next is we're going to have a workshop by Reverend Patricia on chakras, the Sacred Energy Center. That's going to be Sunday, September 18th. After service, 12:30 to 2:30. I'm going to be there. I'm kind of excited. So please come and join us. Let's see. We also have a gateway class for understanding science of mind. This is the foundations. Similar to the thing itself series, or very different? Do you know?
This is pretty different.
Pretty different. Okay. And that's going to be at the annex
Mhm.
with
Reverend
Reverend
Sharon
Sharon
and me.
and you.
Mhm.
The
And it's
next,
both on Zoom and live.
okay, thank you, on Zoom and live. And the last is we're going to have an auction that I think usually was in December, but we've moved it up to November. And you can, let's see, can we go online and sign up yet? Well, first of all, we need things, which I actually have a lot of things. I have some wonderful things. I have pottery, handmade by a place in Bend, Oregon. I also have some pottery by Mary Jane Clausen, who's a renowned, she's been in here in the Sacramento area, I think for 30, 40 years. And she has her items at the Artery in Davis Lot. She's wonderful. I've got lots of things, but we're also looking for donations if you want to do haircuts or anything that you're really good at that you'd like to share. And then we'll auction those off, and that will go to help our center. So they want me off. This is a little bit like the Oscars. Once you get up, you don't.
Okay, here's a gift for you to take home for the week. You can post it on the refrigerator or on your phone. And it's the doing of good work in the world is a wonder to behold. And now for a benediction. And gratitude for this divine presence that's been here within us, around us, through us. We give thanks for this time together spent with each other, and we bless the service. We know that the message Reverend Patricia spoke of today was special for us. Our music, our producer, director, everyone here about keeps this place going. Thank you, and all the people on Zoom and YouTube. Thank you for keeping us going as well. For your donations. Thank you. And join us for fellowship. Yay. And we're gonna have someone Zoom to the Zoomers. Okay, hang in there, guys. We'll be with you. Here's Debbie, Greg again, to close this out.
Let's stand if you are able and willing. Let's sing this together. All right? Dance as if nobody's watching you. Smile as if the whole world seems to end. Love like it's the first time you wrote a song and made it rhyme. Dance as if nobody's watching you. Dance as if nobody's watching you.
Everybody cares.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Goodness gracious woman, I need to use that.